Christopher Columbus is a name that echoes through history, synonymous with exploration, ambition, and a turning point for the world. Born in 1451 in Genoa, Italy, Columbus grew up by the Mediterranean Sea, where tales of distant lands and uncharted waters fueled his imagination. In an age where much of the world's geography remained a mystery, Columbus became captivated by the idea of finding a westward route to Asia, a dream that would forever alter the course of history. The 15th century was a time of discovery, as European powers sought faster, more efficient trade routes to the riches of the East. Spices, silk, and gold from Asia were in high demand, but the established overland routes were long, dangerous, and controlled by competing powers. While most explorers focused on navigating around Africa to reach India, Columbus had a radical idea: sail west across the Atlantic to reach the East. At the time, this concept was met with skepticism. Although most educated people knew the Earth was round, many underestimated its size, doubting that such a voyage was even possible. For years, Columbus sought financial support for his bold plan, but he was repeatedly turned down. Finally, in 1492, the Spanish monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella agreed to sponsor him, motivated by the promise of wealth, power, and the spread of Christianity. With their backing, Columbus prepared for a journey into the unknown. The stakes were high, not just for him, but for Spain, which hoped to rival Portugal's dominance in exploration. On August 3, 1492, Columbus set sail from Spain with 3 ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. The journey was fraught with uncertainty. As the ships ventured farther from familiar waters, doubts and fears grew among the crew. Weeks turned into months, and morale began to waver. Columbus, however, remained steadfast, encouraging his men with promises of success. Finally, on October 12, 1492, land was sighted. Columbus believed he had reached islands off the coast of Asia, but he had, in fact, arrived in the Bahamas, part of a continent unknown to Europeans. The discovery of this new world was monumental. Columbus explored the islands, meeting indigenous peoples and observing their way of life. He marveled at the unfamiliar landscapes, resources, and potential for trade. Yet, he also claimed these lands for Spain, laying the groundwork for European colonization. Over the next decade, Columbus made 3 more voyages, uncovering parts of the Caribbean, Central America, and South America. Each expedition brought new discoveries but also challenges, including storms, mutinies, and resistance from indigenous populations. Columbus' achievements were groundbreaking, but his legacy is complicated. While his voyages opened the door to an era of exploration and exchange, they also marked the beginning of significant upheaval. European colonization brought devastating consequences for indigenous peoples, including the spread of diseases, loss of land, and cultural disruption. Columbus himself was both celebrated and criticized in his lifetime. Though he was hailed as a hero upon his return to Spain, his later years were marked by political struggles, accusations of mismanagement, and a decline in his reputation. Despite the controversies, Columbus' impact on history is undeniable. His voyages shattered old perceptions of geography and introduced Europe to the Americas, setting the stage for centuries of exploration, trade, and cultural exchange. He inspired countless explorers, including Ferdinand Magellan and Hernán Cortés, who followed in his footsteps, further expanding Europe's knowledge of the world. Christopher Columbus died in 1506, still convinced that he had reached the outskirts of Asia. Little did he know that his journeys had unveiled an entirely new continent.